Okay, so the next thing we're going to do now is we're going to work on the right-hand column, and this one is called details. So I want you to write details. Okay, and the important thing about details that I want you to think about, everybody write this down, is the details to me are the good stuff. When I was sharing this basic story with you, a bunch of you were saying, oh, Miss Peterson, well, who were you with? Well, what were you doing? Well, where were you? Da-da-da-da. You have all these questions. So the detail section is where we answer those questions. We give that information. So what I want you to do above details, I want you to write these words. I want you to write who, what, where, yeah, when, why, and how. Okay? So when you are thinking of information here, you're going to think of those ideas, answering those questions. Okay? So how this works is, I'm going to say, okay, so my first action is I'm walking in Chinatown. Okay? Who am I with? I need everybody's eyes up here as soon as you have finished writing those question words. Who am I with? I'm with I guess you'd call her my aunt-in-law, my Aunt Judy, my Uncle Alan, which are really they're my husband's aunt and uncle. Husband, we didn't even have our kids yet. Where were we? We were in San Francisco. Why were we there? We were visiting during spring break. Okay, and we were just exploring the neighborhood. Okay, now am I writing full sentences? No, I'm just taking notes. Do you notice the little bullets? I'm just bulleting the information that I can think of. And if I'm stuck, am I thinking, do I need to give a why? Well, I kind of said we're just exploring the neighborhood. You don't have to use all of these for every action. Okay, my next action is we noticed men in suits running down the sidewalk. So what were we doing? Well, we were turning a corner. Whoops, a corner. We were getting ready to go into a store. Okay, so we were doing that. People suddenly stopped. The suited man began taping off the road. They started taping off the road. We were nervous because we did not know why. We didn't have a clue. All of a sudden these men in suits were there. It's like, oh my goodness, what is happening? Not sure what was happening. Okay. Okay, several black limos came down the street. San Francisco has those steep, really steep streets. So we noticed, so coming down the hill, maybe 13 limos.
Wow.
They were all black with tinted windows. The whole thing was, it felt very dark to us and a little bit ominous. Ominous is like when there's like when it gets stormy and the black cloud comes in. It's kind of ominous and dark. That's how it felt, and we were scared. We were really scared. Okay, so do you see all I'm doing? I'm looking at my action, and I'm only looking right here at this one little action, and I'm trying to come up with as much detail to describe this as possible. So what was happening? Well, they started coming down the hill. What were they? They were limos. They were all black. I'm describing how I felt, what I'm seeing. Okay? So I want you to go through to your action column, each little action, and I want you to write as many details as you possibly can, answering as many of those questions. How are you feeling? What was happening? Where were you? Why were you there? Etc. Okay? Go ahead. I'll give you about 10 minutes. Go.